Good morning. Today we are going to study the third semester topic Latissifer's structure, types and function. Before going to the subject, we'll know regarding the small introductory part, that is, plant tissues are broadly classified into meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. The meristematic tissues can be distinguished into primary apical and the second one is secondary or laterally meristematic tissues. The permanent tissues can be distinguished into three types, that is simple, complex and secretory tissues. In simple permanent tissues, as you all know that we can come across the parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. In complex permanent plant tissues, it can be distinguished into xylem and phloem. The secretory permanent tissues, it's latissiferous and glandular tissues. The plant cells directly concerned with the secretion of resins or essentials oil, mucilage, latex and similar substances together constitute the secretory or special tissues. These have neither common origin or it may be nor morphological continuity. They may be occur as a isolated patches in any part of the plant body or form a well organized structures. The secretory tissues, that is tissues concerned with the secretion of germs, resins, volatile oils or nectar, latex and some other substances are called as secretory tissues, where secretory tissues can be distinguished into latissiferous tissues and glandular tissues. The latissiferous are derived from the word latex, meaning juice. Because of the milky appearance of the latex, it is called as latissiferous cells or latissiferous vessels. The latissiferous is a type of elongated secretory cell found in the leaves or in a stem parts. The latissifer produce latex and rubber as a secondary metaboloids. The latissiferous, it can be defined as a specialized cell or row of such cells that secrete milky fluid that which can be termed as a latex, or the word latissiferous is used as a general term to denote the latex secreting structures or latex vessel. It may be latex duct or latex tube or latissiferous duct, etc. Next, glandular tissues. The latissiferous tissues are usually present in the families of many flowering plants. These substances may be white, yellow or pinkish in color. This is viscoid fluid and established to be colloidal in nature. The secreting latissiferous substances, it may be sugars or protein, gum, alkaloid, some are enzymes or it may be rubber, etc. It remains suspended in a matrix of watery fluid or starch grains may be abundantly present. The latex of some plants is of great importance, especially as a source of rubber, example hevea and ficus, or that it may be two types of latex which find in the plant, that is latex cells or non-articulated latex duct or latex vessels or articulated latex duct. As I mentioned in earlier slides, or in brief I can say that the latex is a fluid produced in a latex vessels or cells. It is usually white or milky and it may be sometime it is alkaloid or enzymes or sugar or protein or it may be terpenoid in composition, etc. Whereas if you take examples of rubber tree, that is hevea, the rubber tree has up to 45% of polyisoprenols in its latex composition. In addition to that, it consisting of fatty acids, phytosterol, alkaloids, phenolic compounds, proteins, starch grains, and it may be identified in the latex of many species. Then the cell wall of the latissiferous, it is usually thick and it may be thicker than the adjacent cells, thicker than the regular normal cells. They are not lignified. The growth of the cell occurs through the opposition process. The tip of the latex is thin walled. The walls are composed of, as usual, cellulose, hemicellulose and pectin. Laticifers can be classified maybe two types according to their origin. There are two types of, that is simple laticifer and compound laticifer. The simple laticifer, it is derived from a single cell, where in case of compound laticifer, it is derived from union of the cells, union of two or more of the cells. According to the structure, the laticifers can be classified into two types, that is articulated laticifers and non-articulated laticifers. The non-articulated latex duct or latex cells or laticiferous, these are independent unit which extend as branched structure for a long distance in the plant body. Where in case of articulated latex duct, which is composed of a series of cells joined together, fusion of wall of many cells with the dissolution of septa. They are originate in the meristems from the row of cells by the abortion or of the separating walls early in the ontogeny of the cell. They grow more or less as a parallel duct, which by means branching and frequent to form a complex network. A duct of this type resemblance with the xylem vessels only in the respect of that it is made up of a series of cells which are united to form a tube, otherwise latex tube is living and cenocytic. Such latex vessels are commonly found in angiospermic families Euphorbiaceae, Compositae, Papaveraceae and Moraceae, etc. The articulated laticifers show various arrangement and a frequent association with the phloem. In Carica papaya, the laticifer apparently occur not only in the phloem but also in the xylem. The laticifers systems that makes the, in case of rubber tree which belongs to the Euphorbiaceae, such an outstanding rubber producer in the secretory system that dissolves in the xylem vessels. So this is the pictures which shows the articulated laticifers which usually distributed in the Papaveraceae, Cactaceae and Musaceae family. The non-articulated laticifers, which are independent units which extend as a branched structure for a long distance in the plant body. They originate as a minute structure which elongate quickly and ramify in all the direction of the plant body by repeating branching. But they do not fuse together. Thus, no netted structure are formed as they are formed in articulated duct. The walls of the duct are soft and very often thick. Such ducts are commonly found in Calotropis, Nerium, Vinca, etc. This non-articulated laticifers, these are elongated and branch individual cells which contains numerous nucleus, which known as non-articulated cells. Distribution of this they are mainly present in the members of the Euphorbiaceae and Moraceae. It is very long tube cell with the many nuclei. Uh, as I mentioned earlier, this cell has a potentially of unlimited and rapid growth and elongates to form a long latex tubes. The tubes may remain unbranched, terms non-articulate unbranched latissiferous. Uh, Function of this latissiferous mainly includes it is a vital sapple and similar to that of blood vessels. You can compare to these vessels with the blood vessels of the animals. It take part in translocation of assimilates and it is associated with the phloem. It stores food materials. It is now considered as a secretory tissues where the secretory substances do not re-enter the plant metabolism. And some of the scientists have suggested that the latissiferous regulates the water balance in the plants and it also has a role in a transport of oxygen and it has a role in healing up of the wounds. It acts as a defense against the herbivores and some of the microorganisms. So that's why the human ocular tissues are damaged by the latex of the Calotropis procera. So thus conclude the summary, that is laticifer is a type of elongated secretory cell found in the leaves and the stem parts. The laticifer regulates the water balance in the plants. It has a transport of oxygen and healing tissues and also again it acts as a some of the microorganism. And this is regarding the information of laticifer tissues in plant. Thank you.